go from there.
That's all good.
Oh, go for it.
Hi everybody, I'm from Merwe. This is my first talk ever, so bear with me. I work here at IO. We do Laravel development, Node.js, a lot of websites and backend systems. Laravel is a framework. What is Laravel? Laravel is an open source framework which was made by Taylor Hoffwell. He was initially developing it by himself, and then he got hired by some other company, I don't know what his name is, but now he's working on it full time, and it's quite a vast growing framework. I have worked with CodeIgniter and CakePHP, so I have that kind of background and I made a decision. So here's this little, I can't really see. There's this little graph that you can see where the popular PHP frameworks rate. This was back in February 12th. Laravel is actually a framework based off of Symfony. Laravel has an ORM called Eloquent, which pretty much maps you guys know what their ORM is, correct? Okay, so it maps to your models to the database, and then it allows you to interact with it quite easily. Laravel is very scalable. We use it from everything from small websites to large systems, and we keep developing on them actively. Laravel comes with its own templating language called Blade. I'll show you guys some of that later.
I like the tempting.
Sorry?
I like the tempting part.
Tempting.
Laravel has a lot of wrappers, so stuff like the $_post, those type of things you won't see in Laravel sessions. You won't actually work with them directly. They have like wrappers for most things. Like the inputs, in that input all, it actually contains not only your post data but all your get data as well, so it allows you to easily interact with that. Laravel likes Vagrant. Vagrant is a system that you can easily boot up a virtual environment so that you can work on it. Homestead is a virtual box that is developed specifically for Laravel. It's a Ubuntu setup, and it has all the necessary apps on it and everything.
Sorry, what's Vagrant?
Vagrant
machine.
Vagrant. Vagrant is actually an app which then you can use that app to call Vagrant up, and that will initialize you a virtual environment. It works with VirtualBox, and then it loads a box for you, and then it has a YAML file which communicates and maps all your URLs and the code files, and initializes your database and everything. So that's pretty much what Vagrant does. It gives you an easy way to set up a quick and easy development environment. Laravel works straight out of the box with composers. So to set up a new Laravel project is quite easy. It's just there's a composer create project Laravel. That creates you a template start of project of Laravel with some basic views and stuff. Laravel has its own CLI, which you can use to run migrations and seeds, and these are all things that's encapsulated on the Laravel. Like I said, the Laravel system, it works with it. I'll show you guys this in a few minutes. There's just some more about the ORM that it uses. HTTP middleware, if you guys if any of you guys have worked with the older versions of Laravel, such as Laravel 4.2, middleware, filters are now more middleware. Filters are pretty much if you have a check on a certain route, such as logging, say a user is logging in, or let's put it like this. You have a user that's trying to access your a backend area of your site, but his session has timed out and he's no longer logged into the system. The middleware will do a check before it actually runs any controllers or any actions. It will do the check and then see, okay, no, this guy is not authenticated, pass him to the login page. So it's like checks before the URLs. Laravel is a IOC container, which is very nice for dependency injection, which you can, which usually, yeah. You guys know dependency injection. This is, yeah, you can't really see, okay, but what it does is it goes and it crawls the structure of the site after it's been auto-loaded by Composer. It checks if the class is there. If it is there, it resolves it from usually this. It's supposed to be able to see it there, but on the constructor, you just pass in the name of the class file you're searching for, and then it will auto-load it into the correct variable. I'll show you guys that. Yeah, I'll just few hours showing some basic like how the roots look, some of the migrations look, because what the migrations are used for predominantly is, say you're working on a project, like somebody has like assigned you a task on a new project, you don't know what the project is all about, they just give you a Git repo. What you do is you pull it in, and then you can run, like I showed previously, the Composer, artisans, migrate and see. Now migrate pretty much generates you your database, so you don't, all your tables that's required for the project if the developer has added it in. And the seeds, what they do is they like populate the required database rows, such as your, say your authentication, like your user roles and permissions, and you have your users, that will go and create all that.
Just bear with me, I'm just going to set the font size a bit bigger. That will just shortcut this.
So you're using page restore.
Is that?
Serious.
You have to reload the file or something. You just use restore.
You think I should reload it? Try that. Okay. Here's an example of how the roots look. They pretty much, yeah, you can group your roots. Like so, like if you have categories, then you can just like put that and group all your roots inside. They will have a prefix category before them. Here you can see the middleware being passed on. So if anybody try and accesses any of these paths without being authenticated, they will automatically get passed back to the login area.
Is that middleware chained?
Sorry?
Is it chained? You can just add in
Yes,
multiple?
that's an array. You can just pass in as many as you want.
They are easily created.
I'll show you guys here how they look. Okay, so in here, this is where the middleware is actually defined. And that's that one. Here it will do the check if it's the user is authenticated. If it's not authenticated, you do it to pass back to the home area. This is how the migrations look for like instantiating the database. You are allowed to, this gets called from the, how can I say, the CLI, and that's how so it's easy to reach, the structure is easily to read and easy to set up. If I show you guys an example here you can see the like tables they are created. But if I go and quickly, I'll show you guys how it actually works. Usually won't do this in the production environment.
What wrong?
Okay, so this is now SSH into the Vagrant box, and now we can go. That's fine. Okay, so they ran the migration, and this has now generated. Thanks. This has now generated the tables which have been defined in the migration. You don't have to define each migration like in file to have them run. This is the CLI will know to look in the migration folder and just run everything that is there. So now if you check on the database, all the database tables have been recreated, but they're all empty. That's just gets generated by the system, so that it knows for what the later stage you add on migrations. It will know it's already ran certain migrations. What that did is that pretty much ran the seeds, and it looks similar to the data structure of the migration files, and that just populates all the database tables, which you can see. There's the default user, and then you get your I have some demo data defined there.
Can you go back to the, I don't know what it's called, Cedar?
Cedar.
Yeah. Is it the Cedar or the one that?
Yeah, this is the Cedar. The Cedars, that's what I ran to initialize all the data in the database.
So yeah, the migration. Sorry.
Oh, you want to do migrations?
Yeah.
No, this is the migration.
Okay, so there's the string and text.
Sorry?
Are you going to put specific length on, or does it just decide?
Yeah, there's a whole in the Laravel documentation file that shows you there's a whole schema built up of for everything you can use, but usually the second parameter will just be the string length. It's only on the increments one, which is your primary key, and that's, but it's fairly straightforward, and just add on things like defaults, and I think nullable is also one that you can add on.
Can you apply indexes straight away to various?
If you see the data.
Yeah, can you set
You can set
composites?
Yeah, you can. If you run seeds and you have certain IDs to map the data, it does allow you to do that. This is just a little example about the. So you have your protected items, and here it loads the dependency injection. That's just the class name, and from there on you just use the property defined here, this book service or something like that. And then if you need to maybe move out some model and pass in a different one, then you just replace it at the top of the file, and it just pulls through the rest of the file. Yeah.
How much of this is generating for you when you get a Laravel?
When you get a new instance. Well, as soon as you start up a new project, it just gives you one controller, which is a home controller, and it has one view with it. But it gives you all the folder structures, so you can just pass in more things, and it gives you a basic user, just to log in a user. It doesn't give you anything to actually create a user.
Okay.
So,
Can you reverse it? Like if you've got a database,
sorry?
if you've got an existing database and now you want to pull that into here, does it have the create?
Saying like you have an existing project and you now want it to use Laravel.
Yeah. So now I've got a database and there's a table called users, and I want to
Yeah.
import that. So I don't want to sit there and type out all the fields.
By default, the users would take off the class name and just change that into a plural, so it would be in the users table. But if you pass in, you can just pass in protected table and then string. That will be that it will then accept that as your table name to go look in the database for it.
You can still have manually created
Yeah.
definitions.
Yeah, the definitions of the table. Is there no tool to pull that
You
in?
don't need to create a migration.
No, but let's say there's a table, whatever it
You've got an
is,
existing database.
XYZ.
into Laravel.
XYZ, and I don't want to type out. I got, let's say, 100 tables, XYZ, ABC.
But I think you
Can
need
there be
to
is there a tool in here that pulls that in and pre-populates that for me?
Are you saying like you have tables already defined and you want to map them to models, or?
Yes, because now,
Yeah, you want to create a model for
We're
an
going to map
existing
it to
table.
migrations.
yes,
That's what you're saying.
yes,
I don't think there's something like that.
okay.
Can you constrain on the database side? So like if you do a foreign key and your land screen, can you use, does it have your MySQL, you're going to create SQL code for that? Or is it just on the software side?
So again, you have your foreign key on the database.
So if you have if you're in MySQL and you're creating a primary key,
Yeah.
or you connect or a foreign key and you have a relationship between two tables. So if you try to insert something into that table, it will give you an error. But I know that in some frameworks you can only do that. It doesn't actually force it on the database.
Oh, it allows it on the framework side, but
Yeah.
okay. What Laravel has is it like, say like with this book model, here you can see the book has categories, and here you should see book belongs to book category. So that's how the foreign key relationship is set up, and it would know, like if you load like all the categories, it would know it has books. You'll see on the book side, on the category side, you check on the category model. It will have many books. So that's how the foreign key relationship is set up, and yeah, when it saves, the system automatically knows what the mapping is and what's its children.
Laravel, we probably have to take your own engine that looks at if you run something like master, you won't necessarily be able to have those database level.
To answer your question, the seeding script is actually, migration script is actually called in SQL behind the scenes. So it's dependent on the database interface. So whether you can, you can MySQL or MSQL or whatever SQL engine behind the scenes, it's actually just going to generate SQL. So if you add in your migration a foreign key constraint there, it will just generate MSQL. And the constraint is protected when forced to the application.
And that be specifically for which one is the
No, Eloquent's just a form of the database.
Yeah, Eloquent just it just communicates with the database via the models, but if I understand it correctly, yeah, you can just using the migrations to set up the foreign key restraints from there and have it recognize the tables. So, yeah. Do you guys have any questions about anything? Like, yeah. About Laravel. Laravel is very self-explanatory in a sense. It's the easiest framework I've came across, like to use, and the documentation on their site is very straightforward and very self-explanatory.
You said that templating engine is Blade.
Yeah, the templating engine. Yeah, it's Blade.
Which template?
that's how the blade structure look. They have these and all these at for each, like that's what they like built-in functions. So you can use a for each. These double curly brackets is to that automatically. What this pretty much is just it's a PHP tag and an echo tag, and whatever variable you pass into it, it will go and echo it out. So yeah. It also has if statements and these action things you see here. What they do is they generate URLs of your roots file. So in your roots file, you'll have your entire root, and then you just say, okay, use this controller and this action, and you can just copy this. So it will know if you like change any of these URLs, it will automatically update throughout your site wherever you use the action tags. It will know to update as well. So that's quite a nice thing as well. Yeah, questions?
Is there other stuff you can call from? You said action thing is built in.
Sorry?
In a template, the action method and stuff is built in. Can you extend it and call custom functions from the template?
Custom functions.
Yeah. So let's just say you got currency, and you want to pull in a specific currency based on the currency the guys are working in. Could you go and substitute it? If you got multi-currency or
It's just PHP tags, so that what variables doing in the positive and negative. So you just create a replacement with brackets.
Yeah, it's essentially still PHP that's being ran. So
It's basically your view. So whatever you put out of output, you won't really have any calculations on it. Yeah.
just make currency code.
Yeah, that's the thing. You deploy now, and you got people in different countries. One is euro, one is rand, one is dollar. There's a flag set somewhere to say this is that's what the template should display. It's the same as language.
You're saying do that in code. Do that rather than your business knowledge should you should just know display this code.
But is that the point of the view? All the business calculations have been done. Now it's the display.
We're just recording something on the model, and you just like say like get price or something, and they just pass that action to be called on the view, and have your actual calculation be done on the model in the function.
Yeah, well, the calculation will be done there, but now you want to display on the top like all values are in rand, euros, and then you want to append that onto.
That's kind of an architecture question. It's sort of outside of the scope of Laravel, really. It's up to you whether you want to do that kind of transformation in the template itself, or whether you just pass that variable already instantiated into the template. It's just plain text.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you put business logic in models or controllers?
Preferably how the structure of this version, how I understand it, is in your providers or your services, you want to have like your database actions. So have your like validator be created here, your actual interactions with the database be in that area. Your model must only kind of, how I understand it, be like, say if your model have like, if it's like a book and you just want to like say pass title, then you like want to have a method or function name there, be get book title, and then on the book you'll just call that. So it will just be like turns from your model, and yeah. They say you shouldn't have fat model or fat controllers, so yeah, they shouldn't have your database logic or your those type of logic inside the controllers.
So Laravel also grants the helper functions available with PHP, right?
Sorry?
Laravel.
Yeah.
It's got its own helper functions. They will grant those in PHP.
Yeah, there's helper functions as well. It's like like say if you like upload files and you want to get to like the public root, that they just for public underscore, public underscore app, and then with brackets, then that will get you, will return you the root of your project where the app is.